Christine. My gosh! Yes! Finally! Oh my god! Yes! Holy shit! 37 hours! King God! Gosh, what the fuck? Holy shit, I gotta check this out! Oh my gosh! What? That's it! What? Yes! My God! Congratulations on beating Inferno Galore. You did fantastic. You deserve praise, as I could not even achieve such achievements. This surely doesn't mark the end of your journey, though, does it? Probably not. But holy, it's finally over, dude. I wanted to beat this. I want to let you know, this grind, oh my gosh, it took way too long. This is my longest grind by far. And I don't know why it took so long. Okay, as I said in chat, this is not a catastrophic. This is not a baseline. This is like low mid catastrophic in my opinion. It's not the hardest. I will say this tower is not as hard as Jokingly. Jokingly was harder than Inferno Galore. But I don't know what was going on with me. I think it was just because I've never really beaten a classic kata before. I've beaten the katas I beaten. I mean, the only other kata that was really classic, I guess you could say I beat. It wasn't even really classic. It was a tiered obby. I beat Tower of Glory, which, yeah, that was something. But that's like it just doesn't compare to Inferno Galore. Let's see all the other katas we have. We have Tower of. My first kata was, in my opinion, ToVM. That was of course, a lot of people think that's Terry, so I don't really, consider it. But that one really, I don't know, it was just one floor, really. That's the thing, with ToVM, it was, one floor that was extremely long and hard, and other than that, the rest of the tower was pretty much easy. Floor time was just kind of hard in the beginning. TOLC is just, first off, that's high peak Terry, and second off, I don't know, I just did not suffer with that one. That wasn't as easy. Tower of Generation Failure wasn't classic based. And then TOAM wasn't classic, and then everything else, there was nothing classic based. Having a classic consistency based tower, I've never experienced that. I've just never gone through that. So, that was the first time I have ever done a classic based tower. I was going to do Perplex Ascent. I was thinking about doing Perplex Ascent. I was going to do that, but that ended up being terrifying, so I wanted to choose something else, and Inferno Galore came up, and I've always wanted to beat this. I all-jumped it when it came into Scope 1, when it released, and I kind of was interested in it. I felt like, wow, this is not that bad of a tower. It's not that hard. Holy shit, I was wrong. I was completely wrong when I said that. This tower? Oh my god, it is freaking hard. You have to do all this bullshit in this tower. I don't know how to describe it. Floor 1 and 2 are basically free. You will pass those, and it's no longer an issue. Floor 3 is just kind of long. It's kind of annoying. Nothing really super duper crazy about it. The outside is pain to get past the first few times. And to get consistent at floor 3, it takes a long time. But once you do that, it's not that bad. It's really about finding the strats that are required to do these jumps. Through each floor, there will be at least one extremely bullshit jump that you will have to deal with, and you have to find a strat for it. And the problem with that is, it's not easy. It's not easy to find the strats. For example, floor 6, to find the strat on that floor, holy fuck. Holy holy fuck, the strats on floor 6 are bullshit, the last jump. I went through 3 different strategies, by the way, for that jump. I was out of first person turnaround, in first person turnaround, I flicked off in first person, and then finally I got to the normal strat I have now. This tower is just a whole little bullshit. I am glad it's finally over. I've really been wanting to do a lot of other stuff. Because a lot of stuff have been releasing SCYs that are easier, and like the Insanes and Extremes have been releasing. And I've just been wanting to play them because I've been sitting here with this tower sitting in the back of my mind, and it will not leave me. I've had this grind for like 2 or 3 months now. It has just been constant on and off playing, and never getting my consistency leaves. I have to get it back. It leaves. I have to get it back. Leaves back. It's just an endless loop, and it's so boring to play this tower after a while. Like it gets fun when you get to a new floor, but once you get to that floor more than like 3 times, it just loses all of that momentum and energy that it gave you, and it sucks. Because, like, for example, I got past floors 1 through 5 and was stuck on floors 6 and 7 for a while. Haha, I know, funny. But 1 through 5 I was starting to loop fail it again. It was so boring. I couldn't play this tower for more than 30 minutes without getting pissed off and not wanting to play anymore. Because it was just unbearable. I would literally I don't recommend this as a first kata. Like, originally, I was going to recommend this. First kata? No. This is horrible first kata. This is a horrible first kata. Only do this if this is, like, your last... Like, if everything else fails. Like, if all other starter katas don't work, do this. I would literally recommend TOLC over this, and I don't like recommending TOLC to anyone, because that's just a specific scenario tower. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you all like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.